Hello, my beautiful birds. What is up? It's your bookworm JC here, and this is my first ever video on an author of the week. I cannot tell you how long I have trained for this moment, right? I am a huge book reader, bibliophile, absorber of words, whatever you want to call it. And I thought it would be awesome to start a review channel. So here I am. Now, I'm starting off with baby steps with authors that I know a lot about and I've been obsessed with for years. And then maybe I'll get into the, recommendations, authors that are not maybe as well known to you that I have personally found and really started liking. So like I said, we're going to start with baby steps and work our way in. So for my very first author of the week review, I would like to start with Jennifer L. Armentrout. Have you heard of her? If you haven't, you're welcome to crawl out of the rock that I had been hiding under for like 5 years. Immediately fell in love. Before that, I was a huge Cassandra Clare fan, and now it's like, Cassie Clare, move over, I love you. But after the Mortal Instruments and Infernal Devices series were done, there was like this void in my soul, and I had nothing to replace it, and that's when I came across Jennifer L. Armentrout. So if you haven't heard of her, she is an American writer. I'm reading this from the Wikipedia official as Wikipedia can be anyways, the official Wikipedia definition. Jennifer L. Armentrout is an American writer of contemporary romance, paranormal, and sci-fi, and that is like right up my alley. I also saw that she had the Obsidian story book optioned by Sierra Pictures, which immediately made me scream like a little fangirl, because if they came out with an Obsidian movie, you better freaking believe I would be the first person storming the movie theater. COVID be damned. I also, on her Instagram, saw the Wicked trailer. It's featured on Passion Flicks, and got super excited about that because those are like my two ride or die beginning series that I just fell in love with Armentrout with first. So like I said, if you are a Cassandra Clare fan, or, dare I say it, if you were like one of the Twilight, old school, I know you're still out there. We all grew up together. It's okay. You're welcome to come out and join me. But if you're like into those kind of like edgy romance with the tortured character just being like dragged through hell and back, then you would love Jennifer L. Armentrout. Like I said, I first heard of her with the Lux series and also with the Covenant series, which again is another super awesome, super long series that it just blows me away. I've probably read them all at least 5 times, the whole series, 5 times a piece. Cannot get enough. There's always something new that I'm catching. It's always something that I'm like, oh, she did it! She did! He didn't! Oh my gosh, what a jerk! She's awesome. He sucks. Now he's awesome, but he still kind of sucks. Like, it's like a roller coaster of emotions every time I pick up an Armentrout book. I think what I like most about her writing style is that, with romance, there's 2 kinds of romance. There's romance that's like completely centered on the relationship of the characters, and all of the drama, all of the problems, all of the conflict is all about the relationship. There's just something going on between 2 people and they need to figure it out or else. Armentrout's novels always have, they have the relationship romance element, but there's always some other crazy stuff going on in the background while these 2 characters, or however many characters, are just trying to figure their lives out or trying to find each other in the dark, so to speak. So what I love about her writing is that, you know, she has that romantic element, but there's always some crazy stuff going on in the background of the novels that builds on the relationships, if that makes sense. You know, like the problem that the characters are facing together is actually what helps strengthen their relationship with each other while they're dealing with the crazy stuff in the background. So I really enjoy that she has those elements of, you know, fantasy fiction as well as the romantic aspects. You know, the book isn't just about who's, you know, who's banging who, so to speak. There's always that extra excitement in the background. Also, she seems to really know how to just like rip your heart out, shake it up, and then shove it back in. You know, like her characters, I always feel just so bad for because they start out, you know, like not really knowing what's gonna happen, and then like bam! You know, they just run into like wall after wall after wall. And like I said, she just has this way of making the conflict add to the relationship of the characters. So the characters grow with each other as they are resolving this conflict, you know, and she always has really creative spins on the conflicts of her books. And I love how the character, I mean, it kind of just like makes or breaks the character, you know, they're either sticking to it and getting the problem solved, or it's, you know, affecting the relationship and it's falling apart and they're like, "Wah, what are we doing?" And then eventually it all just kind of like falls in back together. So I really enjoy that she just, for a lack of better terms, drags her characters through hell in one aspect or another. Maybe I'm just like a little sadistic. I don't know. I really enjoy watching characters struggle because for me, you know, you live your hell on earth and it makes it so much more relatable if the character is struggling while you're sitting there in your pajamas drinking some coffee reading about it. So I really enjoy, I mean, that's how I personally connect with the character more. It's like, oh man, I really feel sorry for this girl. You know, I really feel sorry for this guy, and like, why can't they just be together? You know, so I really appreciate that about her writing style, and she never seems to run out of problems to throw at her characters. So it's like, geez, Armentrout, like, gonna take it easy on them, but really I don't want you to. But you know, it's just crazy the amount of stuff that she puts her characters through, but I appreciate it because that's how I connect to the characters more. Just wanted to give you like brief little clippets of series that I am familiar with. She has so many. You're welcome to go look up all of her series on her website, jenniferlarmentrout.com. But the ones that I'm the most familiar with are the Covenant and Titan series. They go together. The Lux and Origin series, the Blood and Ash. Oh, that one is my favorite series. Ah, it's the best. And then the Wicked series too is, oh, so amazing. So the Covenant and Titan series, it is a beautiful, lengthy, you know, dramatic romance with a lot of mythological elements to it. So if you're into like the gods and goddesses and like the fantasy, pew pew, you know, magic stuff, you would really enjoy the Covenant Titan series. There's also like a soulmates aspect and, oh, I need to be with him, and so on and so forth. So if you're into that kind of thing, the Covenant and Titan series is right up your alley. Read the Covenant series first because the Titan is a spin-off series from the Covenant. And then you have the Lux series, which is an alien sci-fi romance with, I had some serious like Twilight vibes when I first read this. And like I said, I was just coming off of the, you know, Twilight, 50 Shades of Grey, like all of those, you know, trendy romance books. So I definitely had like some Twilight, I'm not supposed to be with her, but I love her vibes, but in alien form, and so much drama, like so much drama. I can't even believe it. And then you have the Blood and Ash series, which is like a fantasy romance with some really cool takes and spins on the vampire, werewolf ideas. And then, of course, lastly, the Wicked series, which is another fantasy romance that features like demon hunter types and like dark elves, and they like to like fight each other and save the world from darkness. And starting with, of course, she has the young adult series. She has some standalone novels. She also writes under an alternative pen name, J. Lynn, J period, and then Lynn. So those are all listed on that same website, and I highly recommend you go check her out. If you have any recommendations for me, I would love to hear them. Like I said, I love to read. I love to recommend things to new people, and I would love to hear your thoughts. But until then, laters, baby. If you know what this quote is from, leave a heart in the comments below, so I really know like my die-hard fans. So otherwise, laters, baby. Bye.